Porsche promised us the future of sports cars with an electrified 718 Cayman and Boxster. But now, it's silence again. The launch has been pushed back, and we're left asking what's really going on behind the scenes. Is Porsche struggling with tech, or is something deeper at play? Something that could shake the brand's future? If you thought this was just another production delay, think again. This is about strategy, survival, and the soul of Porsche. Let's uncover the real reason the 718 EV isn't here yet. In 2021, Porsche publicly declared its intention to electrify the iconic 718 series, comprising the Cayman Coupe and Boxster convertible. As Porsche's entry-level sports cars, the 718 models are celebrated for their lightweight chassis, sharp handling, and engaging driver dynamics. Taking them electric was not just ambitious, it was a statement. Internally designated as Project 983, the electric 718 was envisioned as a groundbreaking sports EV. Porsche promised performance that would rival and potentially surpass its combustion-powered predecessors. Engineers aimed for immediate torque, near-perfect weight distribution, and a driving experience that stayed true to the brand's DNA. More than just a powertrain shift, the electric 718 was expected to unveil a new design philosophy, marking the next chapter in Porsche's legacy. By 2023, camouflaged prototypes were spotted testing on European roads, fueling speculation of a 2025 launch. But that timeline has since changed. Porsche has now confirmed the electric 718 won't arrive before 2026. The delay raises serious questions. Is this a technical setback, a strategic pivot, or both? Either way, the wait extends, and so does the anticipation for what could be one of the most important performance EVs of the decade. Enjoying the breakdown? Subscribe for more and comment below. What's your take on Porsche's EV delay? The delay of the Porsche 718 EV isn't just a case of missed deadlines. It's a calculated pause, driven by a combination of technical, strategic, and market-specific challenges. According to detailed reporting from AutoDrive and CarBuzz, 3 core factors are at play: battery supply constraints, uncertain market readiness, and the continued success of the combustion engine 718. Let's begin with the battery issue, arguably the most critical. Porsche, like most automakers, does not manufacture its own battery cells at scale. It relies on external suppliers for high-performance battery modules tailored to sports car dynamics. The problem? One of Porsche's key partners, Northvolt, has filed for insolvency, disrupting a major part of the supply chain. This leaves Porsche without the specialized, high-energy density cells required for the 718 EV's lightweight, performance-focused design. While alternative suppliers are being explored, the timeline for securing, testing, and integrating new battery systems is lengthy and uncertain. Next, the market itself presents challenges. Unlike the Taycan, which found its footing in the premium EV sedan segment, the 718 competes in a smaller, more enthusiast-driven niche. And in that niche, appetite for electric powertrains remains tepid. In key markets like Germany and the US, data suggests growing consumer fatigue toward EVs, especially among traditional sports car buyers who value visceral driving engagement and the sound of combustion. Porsche, never one to gamble with brand perception, appears to be exercising caution. Then there's the internal reality. The combustion-powered 718 is still a commercial success. Even in its 7th production year, sales remain strong, bolstered by sought-after variants like the Cayman GT4 RS and Boxster 25 years. Porsche faces a strategic conundrum. Why cannibalize a thriving product line with an EV that might not yet resonate with the target audience? This isn't just about waiting for the right moment, it's about preserving brand integrity, managing resources wisely, and ensuring the eventual EV version doesn't just compete, it dominates. For Porsche, that means delaying now to deliver later on its own terms. Despite the delay of the 718 EV, Porsche's commitment to electrification remains strong. The company has publicly stated its goal for 80% of its global vehicle sales to be electric by 2030. This is not speculative. It's a roadmap backed by real investments and product planning. The Taycan, Porsche's first fully electric model, has already surpassed 120,000 units in global sales, proving that performance and electrification can coexist in the Porsche universe. Next up is the all-electric Macan, a volume driver expected to significantly boost Porsche's EV share. However, the 718 EV isn't just another name on a rollout chart. It holds a unique position within Porsche's broader electric strategy. The 718 nameplate is synonymous with precision driving, low curb weight, and exceptional handling dynamics. Translating that DNA into an electric platform isn't a matter of swapping out engines for motors. It requires a complete rethinking of architecture, materials, and power delivery. To meet these challenges, Porsche is developing a bespoke EV platform for the 718, distinct from the J1 platform used in the Taycan. This new architecture is being tailored specifically for two-seat sports cars, with a focus on weight distribution, chassis rigidity, and driving feedback. Engineers are targeting a sub-4-second 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration and a projected range exceeding 300 miles. Ambitious goals for such a compact, performance-focused vehicle. One of the most intriguing elements is Porsche's plan to use a single electric motor mounted at the rear end. This configuration is meant to emulate the mid-engine balance that defines the current 718 driving experience. It also helps simplify the drivetrain and reduce overall weight, two critical factors in delivering a car that feels like a Porsche. Ultimately, the delay gives Porsche crucial development time, not just to get the specs right, but to ensure that the EV 718 doesn't just wear the badge, it earns it. For Porsche, performance isn't negotiable, and this strategic patience might be what secures the 718 EV's legacy before it even hits the road. Porsche's delay with the 718 EV isn't happening in isolation. Other performance brands are facing similar hurdles in their transition to electric sports cars, highlighting just how complex this shift really is. Take Lotus, for example. The British marque recently released the Emira, its final internal combustion engine sports car, while its fully electric Evija hypercar remains in limbo, delayed repeatedly and still not in full production. Similarly, Alpine, Renault's performance arm, is developing an electric successor to the A110, but so far it remains a concept, without a production-ready timeline. Even Tesla, the supposed EV pioneer, has struggled to bring its next-gen roadster to life. Originally announced in 2017, the car is now more myth than reality. So what's the holdup? Fundamentally, building a true electric sports car is far more difficult than electrifying a sedan or SUV. Battery packs are heavy, compromising the agility and responsiveness that define sports car dynamics. Heat management under aggressive driving conditions is another critical challenge, as is recreating the nuanced feedback and mechanical connection that enthusiasts expect. Among these brands, Porsche is perhaps the most equipped to crack the code, but it's also deeply aware that its reputation rests on more than performance figures. It's about the experience. One bad EV could tarnish decades of brand credibility. So while delays may frustrate some fans, they could also be Porsche's way of ensuring that when the 718 EV does arrive, it doesn't just follow the market, it leads it, with engineering integrity intact. Think Porsche will lead the EV sports car game? Subscribe and drop a comment with your pick. For potential buyers eagerly anticipating the electric Porsche 718, the delay is undoubtedly a letdown. If you are planning to make the switch to an all-electric Cayman or Boxster in 2025, you'll now be waiting until at least 2026, possibly longer. This timeline shift may prompt some buyers to reassess their options, especially as the current 718 models remain in strong demand. Interestingly, Porsche may use this delay to its advantage. Expect to see more limited edition internal combustion engine variants, special trims, heritage editions, or performance-focused packages, as a way to maintain excitement and momentum among enthusiasts. These models could become collector favorites and serve as a swan song for the combustion-powered 718. For those committed to going electric, options within Porsche's lineup are currently limited to the Taycan and the soon-to-arrive Macan EV. This opens the door for rival brands like Tesla, Lucid, and Polestar to lure buyers seeking performance EVs in the near term. That said, Porsche's customer base is famously loyal. Many fans are likely to wait it out, trusting that when the 718 EV does arrive, it will be worth the patience. Dealers, meanwhile, are adjusting by focusing on ICE inventory and using this extended timeline to build anticipation and perhaps lock in future reservations. The delay changes the timeline, but not necessarily the destination. The delay of the Porsche 718 EV isn't an isolated incident. It reflects a larger truth facing the entire EV industry. While the momentum toward electrification is undeniable, the path is proving far from linear. Battery technology, for all its rapid progress, still lags behind the demand for energy-dense, lightweight, and cost-effective solutions. Charging infrastructure, though expanding, remains inconsistent, especially in rural areas and urban centers where space and power delivery are issues. And importantly, the emotional appeal of electric vehicles hasn't fully translated for many performance car enthusiasts. Porsche isn't alone in adjusting its EV timeline. Ford has slowed production of its F-150 Lightning. General Motors has walked back some of its aggressive EV targets. Even Tesla, the industry's poster child, continues to delay products and revise expectations in response to fluctuating demand and technological constraints. The key takeaway: the EV revolution is real, but it's evolving in fits and starts, not straight lines. For sports cars in particular, the shift may take even longer, but therein lies opportunity. If Porsche can crack the code, if it can deliver a lightweight, emotionally resonant electric sports car, it won't just follow the market, it will reshape it, setting new standards for what EV performance can be. The delay of the Porsche 718 EV is more than just a shift in a launch date. It's a signal, one that tells us electrifying performance cars is a uniquely complex challenge. Porsche is not abandoning the project. On the contrary, it's taking the time to get it right. In a world where car makers are often pressured to move fast, Porsche is choosing to move smart. Of course, delays can be frustrating, but for those who understand the precision and philosophy behind Porsche's engineering, it may be worth the wait. The 718 EV, when it finally arrives, could be a benchmark not just for Porsche, but for electric sports cars as a whole. In the meantime, the current 718 continues to shine, and while it may burn gasoline, it's burning it with a purpose, bridging the past and the future. So, what do you think? Is Porsche making the right move by delaying the 718 EV, or are they risking too much by letting competitors catch up? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive into the future of mobility. Thanks for watching!